Win the championship. We Yeah.
Yeah, y'all see it. Listen, man. Listen, man. This is how we started it off tonight. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's
Red,
about 8 of y'all to be exact. You know what I mean?
red form. See, you proving Joe right. Don't let Bev win. You
Listen,
proving
man.
Joe right.
Listen, man. Hey, it had to happen, bro. It had to happen,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
Jesus was on that shit. You know what I mean? Tried to cut us out. Yeah, I mean, we about to be the champs of the whole USA out here. Kansas City, stand up. Yeah,
Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Cut the crap. Look, listen, you was hollering the Raven praises a week ago. Look what happened now.
we talking
Keep
about
on predicting that.
fictitious
Let me think,
Madden.
keep on predicting them because every time you predict them, they lose. So I'm good. Keep on predicting them juggers.
Hey, look, man. As long as we in the dance, man, we got a chance, man. I'm trying to stay humble and under the radar. We got 3 games left, but
I dig it.
it's looking all right for your boy. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, listen, I told you about being humble, didn't
I? I'm trying, yo. But
no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're doing a horrible job of it right now.
Hey, yo, it's just that game, yo. That game, it got me to it. Because I was really trying to be humble, man. I was trying, but then, these came from left field, so I had to pull from right.
I peeked at that game for a second. It was already out of hand. I said, "Whoop, close chat."
So that Simpsons gift, walk in,
walk out. Put the hat on, right. take it back off, right. Take right off the rack and go back out the door.
It is. So, gentlemen, what's good? As you can see here, it's your boy D Bev, got Commissioner himself, MDC, and then guest of honor, Mr. Jokey. Yeah, I mean the coach, owner of the
young and out here. That's the map. That's the
out here.
That's what it
young
is.
And out here.
Young and out here. Had to rep the set with the shirt a little bit,
There it is. Man, so what's good, man? Talk to the people, man. How you feeling, man? How you feeling about this season, man? What's going on?
Man, I was feeling good about this season right after week 1, but after that, ain't much about this season left in me. To be quite honest, it's past tense at this point.
Hey man, I don't know what happened to you, brother. You fell from grace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. It's bad. I don't really know what happened, man. I mean, honestly, like even if you go back and you look at my season, with the exception of the KT game and even the game I just had against Joe, just about every game I had was within 1 score. I mean, even with the exception of the Lions. So, I mean, I'm really 1 touchdown away from having a good record, but that's the way it goes. You can't afford to, come up that short that many times, which sucks, but that's the way it goes sometimes. And I got some holes to fill. I lost some key people on defense. I did a deal with the devil, traded away Kiki, Joe. So I got some holes to fill. I got to rebuild a little bit. So, but rest assured, we're going to come back. And, I don't think I've had that many losing seasons since I've been in the MNFL, even last year when I was the Saints.
No, you didn't.
I was usually the type to have a really good season and then choke first round in the playoffs, but I don't know what happened. It's Super Bowl hangover, bro. I'm telling you, that's what it is. It's a real thing.
Listen, I'm not to brag, but I think that myself and a few other people that won Super Bowls in the past over the years, they always drop that week 1 game because they're so on a run. If you made it or if you won it, like you just on such a high that you don't know to do it yourself. So you don't even focus or really lock in, till you get humbled one good time and lose, and then boom, you're right back at it. But it definitely is real. Like, whether it's real life or Madden, it definitely take a toll on you. You getting that far and we either cash in or not, and you try to go right back at it the next 2-3 days, and it just don't happen. So I understand the hangover for sure. I get it.
Yeah, and especially in this league, like you get a lot of people because I stream quite a bit, and so I feel like a lot of people will read your schemes, especially in my division. You know, they read your schemes, you got to change it up, and that's what I tried to do. I tried changing up a lot of my defensive stuff this year, and I think that kind of came back to bite me because my defense is not the same defense it was last season. You know, last season in the playoffs, they were making big plays, they were making stops. But you know, I was getting torched over the top a lot, really from the Super Bowl on, and I can't do that. I got to go back to my roots, I guess. I don't know. I really have no idea what's going on, but hopefully we can figure that out come next season, week 1. Hopefully.
Oh man, I mean, so that game against D Nice, man. I mean, do you think that was more so just a letdown on your end, or like did he just outgame you? Like, what was it?
I mean, it started off pretty bad. He just torched me deep on a wheel route, which kind of threw me for a loop because I came out in 4-3. I was expecting to stop the run. Lamar Jackson was tough to stop. I'll give him that. You know, he wouldn't snap and sprint, but he would evade my sacks, which is tough because I rely on my pass rush a lot. So he would evade my sacks. And he would throw it deep, which is a lot of stuff I was not expecting. But and also his defense. He'd run a lot of dollar defense, which I'm not really used to, and a lot of man coverage, which I'm not that much used to in this league either. A lot of people are zone heavy in here. So when he was locking me up with man coverage, he's got Denzel Ward out there, like 98 speed, 99 everything else. That was tough to stop. I'm not gonna lie. And then you throw in Jabril Peppers and another 90 speed guy that he's using. It's hard to stop. I'm not gonna lie. But I just didn't make the proper adjustments. I just had to learn how to stop man, get some man beater routes in there, and it just kind of threw me off tendency. I got a little bit of game shock. Myles Garrett came in and was sacking me nonstop. So if he's getting pressure with 3 people that fast, there's not much I can do.
Well, that's just mad for you, man.
And take out McCaffrey, I can't run. So.
Yeah, I mean, take us through that. I mean, you didn't have McCaffrey. You did have McCaffrey for the Super Bowl. I can't remember.
I didn't. I didn't have him the whole playoffs.
Oh wow, that's right. Yeah. So I mean, from a man that has a decent running back and know how it affects your game plan and your gameplay. How does it feel to have to kind of go away from being able to rely on him when you need to?
Well, I mean, it would be different. Like if I just had a regular power back. But McCaffrey does so many different things of like what I like to do. I split him out wide. I throw to him. We do screens with McCaffrey because he's basically a wide receiver that can run the ball.
Dual threat. Yes, sir.
So when you go from McCaffrey to Isaiah Crowell, and that's not Madden 18 Vince Isaiah Crowell, that's very different. I can't throw to him as much. And he's not as agile. So that took away a lot of what I like to do. So I had to go to like the old school power run game kind of style. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but it definitely hurt my game plan. I just had to adjust a little bit, which sucked. But yeah, McCaffrey is a big part of my offense because I throw to him, I run with him. But I got to slow down the run game up the middle with his little weak self, though.
True.
You can't take it.
Right. Yeah. It could be beneficial, just to get another complimentary back that can do some of the things he can do, just to take the load off of him,
Oh yeah, and this is a running back heavy draft, but I'm not gonna
I'm not gonna tip your hat. Not gonna tip your hat, I know.
We're not gonna let anybody know our next move.
Right. How's your draft looking? I know you traded Luke Kuechly, which hurt my heart. I mean, that's my guy. I'm a linebacker aficionado, so I mean, you ain't even called me before you did it. You had to say you traded with the devil.
Hey man, I was posting him in the chat for a while, and then Joe had his CRM following up with me for a while too. He'd be following up, not even asking me about Kuechly. He'd just be asking me how I'm doing.
That's how you do.
That sounds like him.
That sounds like him, bro. He has your family, how's the job, how's life treating you.
Everything but the trade, and then then here comes the trade.
Oh, by the way,
that I got you.
Yeah, right. But Kuechly, he's got a definitely another like strong 2 to 3 seasons at still 98, 97 overall, but I can deal without. Usually the way I build my team, I like to have just fast, cheap linebackers and a dominant pass rush, and then invest in my line, O-line, D-line. That's what I want to do. Because I'd take a small, fast linebacker, over an expensive one. So I didn't want to have that 15 million cap hit from Luke come the next 2-3 seasons. So long term, I feel like it'll be good for me. It's going to hurt and definitely going to sting because Kuechly's is hard. You can't replace him. He shoots the gap so good.
Yeah, he's one of a kind. You can't do nothing about that.
Yeah. So
it would take you all of Madden to try to replace that guy with all of what he can do. He's just a cheat code.
Yeah.
Put it plain, he's a cheat code. So
yeah. So
I definitely understand.
He will be missed, but I feel like if I can, as long as I don't completely screw this draft up, I'll be good. I'll be good.
Let's see, what's the draft picks looking like?
Are you drafting early this go around, Joe?
Oh yeah, that's about the only thing I got going for me this season.
Oh wow. Okay.
So wait, is that taken talk out here?
No, I'm not trying to tank. That's not my DNA, bro.
But it's happening. Nonetheless.
I can't because that's just gonna hurt my confidence. I'm trying to at least get some awards or something with my guys.
Yeah, I hear that.
Get somebody a Pro Bowl.
Right.
Two early first.
Yeah, as it stands right now, I'm number 10, and I got the Vikings, and they're projected number 13. And the reason I went with them, Joe kind of had me pick which one I wanted. It was either Arizona, the Jets, or Minnesota. I looked at Minnesota's remaining schedule, and it's all NFC North. I mean, everybody in the NFC North is pretty tough. So they got to play the Bears, the Packers twice, and the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really counting on nephew tanking.
Right.
So
hold on. Let's unpack this real quick though. Did you hear what he said?
I heard.
He said that he had him pick between first round picks. Like who does that? Like who has that type of repertoire or arsenal or
jacket? Joe, yeah.
you have an arsenal to the point where you can say, "Here, sir, you have your choice of what first round picks you like." Right. Like what? Like, come on, bro. Like that's wild to me. But hey, that's that. Like you said, go Jacket Joe. That's him.
Hey,
so
not to mention he's got the Jets in Arizona's first round next year too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to call it, but I mean, you could potentially have a good percentage of a top 10 pick in those picks. So, wow, this wild, man. Listen, I just want to take a class.
Right.
Joe, you listening? Just teach your class, bro. I'll PayPal you.
Margaritas 101. Let's get it.
Yeah, right. Let me sit down. Like listen, do I gotta get drunk to learn what I gotta do? Just let me know, bro. But as we move on, man, I ain't gonna hop on it too much. I just thought that was interesting that you said that he told you have a choice of what first rounds you want.
Yeah, I was trying to talk him into a first and a second, and he wasn't giving up the Jets or the Cardinals first round and a second. So I had to go with the Vikings.
He always got a plan, trust me. He always got a plan.
Oh yeah.
Man, what a plan. I get it to him.
And until his cap space falls apart.
Ooh. Y'all would think that because people were saying that for the years. Like even way back in Madden 13, we thought that him having this prestigious team, the stuff would fall off. But like I alluded to what Kevin's kind of doing, like he just trading and reloading. So he'll mess around and let one piece go, and then he'll get a top 10 pick, and then draft another dude who will be almost as good as him, and within a season or two, he'll be as good, and then he's right back in the mix.
Right.
So.
But I will say, I think we talked about this last time. I keep looking at Pat Peterson and that $15 million cap hit, but that's going to go down next year. So.
That's the end of his first deal.
Right.
The new deal he has will kick in next season. That's why it's not an issue.
Right. I don't know, man. He got 600,000. Is that what it is? 600,000 in cap space.
Well, I mean that doesn't say what he has next year.
That's true, and he's probably signed like half his team as free agents. So
right.
But
so anyway,
Yeah. Let's get into this. Let's get into this playoff talk because we right there, man. We at the forefront. Knocking on the door of the playoffs for season 3. So why not? Let's talk with you. I mean, your division is won already, but sorry. But let's talk about NFC, man. Like, what's your thoughts there on the current standings and what you think can shake up? Like that.
I mean, honestly, man, I think right now, I mean, obviously, KT's got everything on lock. He's undefeated season. He blew me out week 1. And Dante Fowler's just having a crazy year. I mean, that guy's – I couldn't do anything when I was playing against – yeah, I couldn't do anything, bro. He was getting there immediately. So you got to tip the cap to whatever the hell he's doing. The Falcons skating by somehow just because I'm not doing well. That's all that is.
Proto, you heard?
He said skating.
All right, write your book now because I know you're gonna write the book in the chat just off that one.
Letting Sam Bradford put up 45 on him, So
wow.
There. The Packers, he throws the ball well. That's one thing I can say about Tundi, whatever he goes by.
Everybody gets his name wrong though. It's funny.
Tunde.
It's Tune. I'm laughing.
Just say Tune. Yeah, like Looney Tunes.
Yeah, he throws the ball well, man. His defense can be shaky sometimes, but he's a really good passer. So we'll see what happens if Aaron Rodgers leaves. But and Joe, he's just got a 96 overall team. That's all that is.
He'll be higher than that now. He got a 99 overall Kuechly.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
He picked me off, so he got his team back, his old team back.
Yeah, he did.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That puts Vince, B-Main, and the Bucks right on the edge. I don't think the Bucks are going to get in at 6 and 7. Though. NFC is looking weak, man. A lot weaker than usual. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, it's a definitely far removed from what it was last season.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about who was in, who's out up until the last week of the season, last games.
Right.
Now it's just like, it's the 6 and then, we got maybe the Lions, and that's pretty much going to be it.
Right.
Yeah. So it's definitely different now.
Let me see the Lions schedule. I think he might be able to sneak in because B-Main, I played with him even back since I was in CLF, and he's always been hard. He was the original person I played that had the halfback wheel cheese, and like he loves the deep post cheese, bro. That's all him.
Halfback wheel cheese.
Yeah, he was one of the first people to hit me with it, but not just that. He's a good player. He is a good.
player. Yeah, I played him for all the last Madden in my division, and he's definitely good. He's definitely a good user player. Like you can't sleep on him. He's definitely a good user player. I think I don't know. Just it was a down year for him last year as far as competing in our league, but I mean, I definitely always respect his game. I think he's a good player. Like I would never go into a game thinking I'm just going to walk over him.
Oh yeah,
right. I mean, I just don't see that though. Only because like Rams, they have the Jets, the Redskins, and then the Giants to end the year. Not that any game can be lost, but
oh yeah,
that's.
I just now saw that. Oof.
It's favorable. Yeah. I'll say that's favorable.
Yeah, that Bears win over the Packers changed a lot because I thought that might swing the dynamic. Yeah, I know, Nicodamus. We know. You get one right out of 10, and then you want to brag.
Listen, my percentage is a little higher than that.
I'll be okay. All right, 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10.
Hey, man. Hey, Tayo is back, man. The dude has put down Fortnite, clearly. You know what I mean? He's been in the lab. Man.
He might be tired of y'all talking shit about him because, I mean, he just, he's like, look, y'all dudes, y'all gonna respect my gangster.
Right. This podcast will bring the best out of people.
Bro, there's a lot of fanfare behind this, man. I must say, like, dudes look forward to this. I wasn't sure when people was like, watching it as they, ride to work, but these jokers ain't got no lives just like the rest of us. They home on a Friday night.
Right. Word.
That is a fact.
Oh man. I think you got tuned attention with that defense shaky line, though.
I told you. I said he right that down. That's not taking right there. He has no taking right there, bro. He's ready.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
we just using that as motivation for next season.
Yeah.
Or playoffs for
Ain't
him
nothing
I
like,
guess, this year.
nothing like a good rivalry. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, because he's got to face the Bears again.
You
And
do.
the Bears got
Mhm.
Vikings, Packers, Titans. The Bears could, I don't want to say easily win out, but I mean, if they do, he might take that division.
He could. There's
And
only
I
one
think
game
he
left to
will.
separate
I
them.
think he will.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think did I see the game that they played? I don't think I saw it. Did they, when they played the first time?
Nah, I
I
don't.
saw the
Did
score.
they?
I saw the score.
Yeah, I
The
don't know if
Tune
they aired
streamed it,
that.
but
Okay.
yeah, when I Tune streamed it, I saw the link, but I think I was either commuting to work or something crazy. I don't know. I wasn't able to like tune in and watch it, but I saw the score immediately after that, and I was like, okay, he did beat him. I was like, all right, then.
Shit, man.
I just don't know what happened. Cause like, if I saw the stream, I could kind of tell, what happened, and was it a dominant win? Was it a fluke fumble? You know how Madden is.
Yeah.
You see the game, you really don't know exactly what transpired.
You gave up on Tayo, huh?
No, I mean, listen, that's my guy. When he's locked in, he's tough as hell to beat. Trust me. I mean, we've been battling him since we started this league.
Right.
We've been going back and forth. I mean, for the first 2-3 years, he would beat everybody. It made me elevate my game because I'm like, this dude gonna keep beating me, pause. But it's not gonna happen. It just he's gonna keep, just running over everybody in the competition.
Yeah.
So I mean, I respect his game long, but like I said, he just got a lot going on, and that's life. I mean, there's no knock on his game. He just, when you play the game enough, you play the game a lot, you better at it. It's just simple.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was just playing Madden only and doesn't have coaching obligations and playing other games, his daughter's older now, so he got a lot of activities to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
He just ain't got the time to invest. I get it.
True.
I mean, because I remember when I was single, when I wasn't with my wife or I didn't have a child, Call of Duty and Madden every night. If I wasn't out there tricking, that's
you old. You know your age right now. Bro.
Hey, bro, listen.
This man said,
I ain't listen. I'm about to be 40 this year, bro. Look, it ain't no shit. It ain't nothing. Ain't nothing to be ashamed about, bro. I'm about to be 40. I understand. I done did what I did. Now I'm living the married life. You know what I mean? I'm a father now, so I got to change my ways.
There it is. It is. Put down the Twitter and all that.
Easy killer. I ain't dead. I ain't dead.
Oh man. But yeah, man. I mean, the NFC looks locked to me, man. It's locked. I don't see anything shaking up there. Maybe seeding, but I think the 6 that's there is probably gonna be a 6 there at the end, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, anything can happen. I mean, if it was 2 or 3 games with 3 games left, then I can call it. But you never really know. I mean, like I said, Madden in the last 2 years for sure can be a humbling experience. Got a good thing going, and then boom, 2 or 3 games lost, and then your whole life changed.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not going to sit here and write anybody off, to be quite honest. But it's looking solid. I mean, they've been that particular grouping of people for playoffs has been holding strong all season. So I would like to say that's going to be it. But that 6 seed is shaky. So I mean, if nothing else. So it's just, whether, we get to week 15 or 16, then I'll be like, all right, it's done.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, I know Vince listening right now, man.
Of course he is. So that's another motivation tactic. It's more psychology with Vince, too. I got to talk shit about him so he plays harder. You know what I mean? That's my guy. I got to talk shit about him so he's like, all right, y'all doubting me, so I'm going to go ahead and lock in real quick,
Lock in, run the ball 40 times a game.
Ooh, I see somebody reading the chat. I see somebody's reading the
chat. Hey, look, he ain't got a quarterback right now. I mean, I know he was running 35 times before with golf, but he got to run 40 now with without him. So
yeah, for real.
They say, wow, to hear, bro.
D Nice, yo, go ahead, trick it. Hey, yo. Yeah, man. Oh, man. Let's swing focus to the AFC, man. That's looking like what it's about at least this season. Yeah, I mean, it's thick right now. It's thick. Well, actually, I don't know. I think the top 5 are good. I think the 6th seed is up for grabs, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you start it off, Jokey, man. Just give your thoughts on top to bottom. What you think?
I kind of agree with you on that. I mean, Browns, Marquez stepping it up. I didn't know Marquez.
Yeah. Let's talk about Diaz.
Let's talk about it. Hey, look, man. Salute. He beat Vince, yo. That's a above 500 team that he won against. So hats off to him for that. But I mean, he's still 5-0 in the AFC East. I mean, look, we talked about this, man. We talked about this. I just don't. It's hard, yo. It's hard to heap praise upon him when he gets 6 W's a year, man. I don't know.
I'm so mad you got suspended for that first game.
I am too.
Good, because this whole conversation will be totally different right now. And the mere fact that he's going to finish first in his division, so y'all not going to get a chance to play each other for at least another 2 or 3 seasons. So that's really what's bothering me. Did you play everybody in the East except for him?
No, I ended against Ming and Mac in the last 2 games of the season.
Oh, so you still got those 2. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So all right, then don't fall to them and because you've been slandering them for a good minute.
Hey, I'm slandering. I'm slandering, yo. I put in my what Frank Lucas say is like Pepsi, yo. I stand behind it.
Oh no, you guarantee it?
I guarantee it.
Okay. Okay.
Listen. But I mean, listen, I gotta say, all right, yo. Listen, because I remember the last conversation we had, last podcast. You said if he beat the Rams, at least the Rams, give him respect. And look, man, I do gotta give him because I thought he was gonna get mollywopped that game.
Okay,
I really did.
And Vince was actually up in that game for what I heard, and he came back on it.
So hats off, man. Okay. Hats off to Vince. Yeah, I was watching it early on, and I think Goff got hurt. And that kind of threw.
That changed the game. Okay,
that changed everything.
Okay,
everything. So, I mean, but a W is a W. You know what I mean, so.
I mean, I haven't heard. I didn't see the game because they streamed it early. After we advanced on Thursday, but I heard that he held his own against Kev. He lost.
Did he?
I mean, that's what I heard. I don't.
That's hearsay out here. Hold on.
I mean, like I said, I didn't see the game, so I guess they streamed it early. I think I was in a meeting or something, so I didn't actually see the game. But I heard, I think he might have been even up at one point. I can't remember, but
you say against Kevin?
Yeah,
28-13. Could have been.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin been beating people 42-0. So I mean,
that's true.
Yeah, that's one thing about Kevin, man. He's probably one of the more methodical guys in this league. I mean, even since last year when he was the Seahawks, he knows how to pick apart a defense, whether that just be through a screen or a streak. He knows different little things. He's a smart guy about when it comes to Madden and even just football. So it's a chess match when you play the Jags. I mean, especially now that the team that he has now, it just makes him even more dangerous. So I could see him probably sneaking home field advantage from the Patriots.
He's probably on the fact that I said up at one point. He gave me the
get out joint.
The get out. No. Oh wow.
Oh man. Kevin fool, bro.
Wow. But Joe, you're right though, man. I think that I'm sure you know even well more. I guess say you know him more or longer than we have because y'all played in the TLF together. So I mean, so I'm assuming based on how he plays here, he played well there too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm sure I played him in there, but I just didn't know him because TLF. I mean, it's a good league, but it's not like they're not as close and as active as everybody is in this league. This league, people, they're closer, you talk more, talk trash, but it makes it good. It's good to talk trash. But and they didn't have anything like this, like a podcast or talk about any of that stuff. So that's what makes this league so much better. Like I wouldn't even want to join another league than this.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that?
It's the best one, bro.
Listen.
Best one. Most organized, best one, best rules. This is it.
Mississippi. And that man only been here for 1.5 Maddens.
Hey, yeah. That's it.
Facts.
But I mean, what's that? Jags at number 3, my son at number 4. Steelers.
Hey, Spazzy been balling.
I taught him everything he knows. I didn't teach him everything I know, but he's doing all right. Living in D Nice's shadow, he's all right.
Oh, jeez.
He's all right.
Yeah,
I know. He was adding for the string too. I know he watching. I'm just waiting for him to comment too.
He watching.
Oh yeah. I'm waiting on it.
Oh man.
Let him. And that leaves what? You right there, MDC, right after that. And then you got Tyke, and then you got D-Bev living on a prayer.
Living on a prayer.
Man, I'm interested to see how this is gonna shake out. And I mean, it's gonna come down, in my opinion, to 2 games. Tyke's game against Kevin at the end of the year, and then my game next week against Proto. Yeah.
Oh, that's already game of the week.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm calling it already game of the week. Matter of fact, what is that advance on Sunday?
It is Sunday. It's Sunday.
Yeah. We might need to put that on MNFL Network, and I might need to compensate that one. Yeah, that's must see TV right there. Because he's on a 2-game skin, and you on a 2-game win streak, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. I don't have Ridley. I'm without Ridley, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ridley got hurt at the end of the Bills game on a block, a running play that was an inside run, like a halfback dive, and it was a bang play. I'm like, how do you break your ribs? Like you're not even blocking as a receiver.
Oh, really? Kind of like a Mark Cook got hurt on the run play in the eye game last season, right?
Man, I don't get it,
right? You know the feeling, man.
This is crazy, but
D-Bev, you're on a 3-game win streak.
Oh,
coming in hot.
Hey man, I'm just playing the games, yeah. I'm just playing the game.
Yeah, I see you trying to be humble, but are you snicking underneath your breath? Snicking underneath your breath, like, yeah, y'all playoffs, y'all gonna hit into this shit.
Hey, Tyke brought up a good point though. Like, if Kevin's able to secure the 2 seed and Diaz gets the 3 seed, then I would play Diaz in a wild card.
Wow. Listen, let me pray the man gods right now. hey, Proto, if you're listening, just go ahead and take that game, dog. We don't need you to win that one. You're in the playoffs. Just go ahead and take that joint. Let D-Bet make the playoffs. Slim. I need to see that. I need to see that firsthand.
I need to see it. I would love to see that game. We'll see.
It's either he was who you thought he was, or you have to pay homage. That's how it's gonna go. That.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll see. We got 3 weeks to get there. So I don't know. Tyke could win it out, and I could lose out.
Who's Tyke's last 3 games? I know you said you got Joke said he got Kevin one of those games. Who's up?
Kevin, I think he got Alvy and I don't even know who
Ravens.
that game is. Oh yeah, the Ravens. I don't know about that one either. You can't give them that. That's
depending on how motivated Marv is at this point, because I think Marv is pretty much out of it. So, do he bring his A game for that game?
Oh my God! Well, he lost his first game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Had a 5-game win streak, then had a bye week, and then from week 8 to week 13, he all lost. Somebody had to. Didn't he lose Baker Mayfield?
He did. That was what it was.
Oof.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Man.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. If you lose your quarterback, man, it's rough in these streets. Joe, you know, don't you? You lost Cam, right?
Oh yeah. I had to deal with Sam Bradford. That was not easy. But I mean, but to be fair, you look at the games he won. I mean, with all due respect, he had the Colts, Bengals, Titans, Jets, and Redskins. So, I mean, not that anybody's an easy dub. That's just, with all due respect, they're not like the heaviest hitting people in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But then, coming back, he's got D Nice. He lost to the Giants. I mean, I feel like Marv, even last year, he was always a tough competitor.
Oh yeah, Marvin can play, man. Don't get it twisted. Marvin can play, man. Like he's much like me, new father. So he's trying to balance life, with being a new father and trying to balance that and being an officer. So you gotta find time for Madden. That's all I can really say. You gotta find time to get your lab work in.
Right. Yeah, because I was a little surprised when I saw his record. I was like, I know Marv usually he can ball. He's usually really, really good.
Yeah, I think I give him and Tunde both credit. Like they're well versed passers. Like they definitely can throw the rock. Like if you got an able quarterback, which he hadn't had, in the last few weeks, but if you got an able quarterback and got some good receivers that can catch the ball, then you can get it done.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, looks like it's going to come down to last 3 weeks, at least for the 6th seed in both these divisions. I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see how it shakes up. Tyke said give Kevin and Marv the 4th win.
Let baby. Over him though, like you gonna give the man? Oh, you want to see this? You want to see it so bad? You want to see the game so bad? He's willing to give up his playoff spot for it? That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, that's rough.
Okay.
I mean, technically, nobody's locked down y'all's division yet. AFC West. I mean, y'all are 2 games from one.
Well, I mean,
he sweating me.
To be frankly honest, it kind of is because I've won every division game after I beat Damo tonight. So I would have to lose all 3 of my games, and I still might have it because I don't have any division loss. So they would have to finish 1 game ahead of me in order to win the division.
Yeah, right. So if I win out, lose out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. You got and Omar.
Hold up. Hold up.
Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Don't act
settle it real quick.
Listen. Don't get comfortable now. Listen.
AFC
you work on that wild card, cuz. You work on that wild card. Listen, the division coming home to Oakland. Let's keep it gangster. Let's keep it gangster. Yeah, go ahead and sit back up in your chair. Worry about that wild card and then playing week 1 in the playoffs. Don't worry about that.
What happened to humility, brother? Look, man.
Listen, man. Look, I just listen. I don't need to be playing if I'm going to just drop 3 straight after winning 3 straight. Like that's just crazy.
I just don't need to be East, right? Anything is possible. Yeah,
you true. I mean, but you dog the AFC East, and I got 2 AFC East opponents. So what are we really saying? So you try to say I'm trash, but you good? What are we saying right now? What are you saying right now? You all trash. You gonna run them all over, including Marquez. But I'm supposed to lose two out of the 3 games to them dudes? That what you trying to tell me?
I ain't saying that. I'm just saying anything's possible. That's
okay. All right, listen, worry about a wild card, cuz.
I'm gonna try. We'll see. That game against Proto, I'm really nervous.
I gotta see that game. Like I said, Proto is, he's outside of writing dissertations in the chat, he's struggling.
Proto Ali. The thing about his offense though, that I'm not worried about because I think my defense matches up. I'm more so worried about me on offense. Okay. That's
bring the Omar. Listen, act like you play Omar every game.
Hey yo, that's exactly what I said about the Omar game. Like I was not worried about him on offense. It's me on offense. Like yo,
your own worst enemy, huh?
Can I not beat myself? Yo?
Pause.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Dude.
Man.
Oh man.
I don't know, man. I think as long as you can stop a halfback toss, you can beat Proto. That's all you got to do.
Wow. Scout report.
Scouting report.
Hey, I'm telling you, you force Proto to pass the ball, you'll beat him. Trust me. You shut down his run, you will beat him.
Don't one-on-one cover Tyreek either. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, your man coverage might come back to bite you, D-Bev.
You think so?
With Tyreek.
Well, you know, I tend to keep too high against those fast receivers. You know, like in Denver, and you know,
that Rashawn Bass, man.
That guy.
It's borderline spam right there. I tell you.
The Denver Rashawn Bass.
Feeding in a dictionary, and you'll see Rashawn Bass's picture. He like that baby that you keep feeding, even though the baby say he full, he still keep feeding oatmeal, man. It's crazy.
It is nuts, yo. Like, this dude literally has all of the offensive yards. Yeah.
That's
all of the offensive.
That's crazy.
His quarterback goes 10 for 22. 8 passes goes to Rashawn Bass.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
Got 98 receptions on the season.
And that's almost 20 more than the next guy, which is a halfback.
Yeah. Over 900 more yards.
Almost. Yeah, that's crazy.
700.
Yeah, 700.
15
touchdowns. Well, clearly you can kill up all the awards. Best receiver, you can kill that. I don't give a damn who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly.
Oh, he's gonna be a star next. He's gonna be a beast. Oh my god.
What he like 5'8"? I know he's short too, ain't he?
No, he's 6'1".
6'1"?
Okay. But
97 like speed, 98 acceleration.
See, I got lucky.
He's a dog.
Last time I played him, he was hurt, so I didn't have to see that shit.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. The first time I played him, it's like I focused too much on him, and he actually spread the ball around.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but yeah, he's definitely going to try to force.
This dude is definitely a taller version of Tyreek. God damn.
Yeah, I slept on the Broncos, man. He beat me early on this year. I slept on him hard, and Bass.
Oh, he could swing the rock.
Yeah, he torched me.
That's crazy.
He calls the right plays, yo. Like I gotta give Reggie that, man. He can call. I mean, he got 6 of them, but they 6 good plays.
I just caught that. Like, I was just going to say, like, he got a scheme. If you can get him out of that scheme, you're fine. But you said the man got 6 plays. That's just disrespectful.
I mean, am I lying?
Well, no, but I mean, but damn, get a man some credit, like, you know.
Oh, dude, he executes it flawlessly.
He does.
Like, that's the crazy thing.
Yeah, because and then don't play certain coverages because he knows exactly how to get a guy Bass open in certain coverages. So yeah, it's wild.
Who's he got? Because he almost might be able to sneak a wild card. I mean, if
he done dropped a couple of games, bro. Because I've been watching my division at least. He done dropped a couple of games. I think he said something about his running back being hurt, so that was an issue for him. Like, he lost to Coach and he lost to Bev and he lost to when he beat Omar. Yeah, so he lost a couple. So he's 6 and 7 right now. Then he got the Colts, Brown. He got the Colts, Chargers, and Falcons left. So I mean, he could win 2 out of the 3 at least. You know.
Man, what's up with the Colts? Is he even like having fun at this point? Like,
I don't know, man.
He lives for the draft, bro.
So he won't trade none of his picks. Like, I don't get it.
No, that's what he's here for. You know why he's here. You know why he's here.
You know with Marshawn Lynch, huh? You know why,
right? Exactly, yo. This dude lives for the #1 overall pick, man.
Oh man, he had a close game against the Steelers, though. 7-10. He almost snapped the streak.
Yeah, I think again, it's just focus for him. Like, you know, he's busy. The man runs his own business. He got kids. He just got engaged. So I mean, he just got a lot going on, man.
Y'all old, man. Y'all so old.
Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, look, man.
I need to get these bowls while I'm young.
Yeah, you might want to.
If I can get one.
Hey, at least you listen. You got over the hump. You made it all the way to the ship. So hey, listen. You know what it takes now.
Yeah, I just got to stop man coverage.
That's it.
That's all it is.
It's hard getting back,
because it is hard getting back, but it's how, you know, with good man coverage with good corners is rough. I mean, you got to do, you know, if you want wide sets out of the gun, you know, it's gonna be rough trying to get guys open. When, you know, I think the way they did the XP system this year, it's tough. Where you can build corners fast, but you can't build wide receivers as fast as you can build corners. So they didn't balance it in that regard. Like, you know, almost to the point where I think Joe made a reference to where, last week, where DBs play like receivers and wide receivers play like DBs. You know, when it comes to 50-50 balls and catches and stuff like that. You know, the DBs jump the ball better than wide receivers do.
They do.
And it shouldn't be that way. I mean, you would think that being a DB, you would have some type of deficiency as far as catching is concerned, but these jokers run routes better than the receivers do.
Yeah, I'm blessed with DJ Moore, number one ranked receiver in the league, and he still, was just struggling against Denzel Ward, but I don't know what it takes. It don't make no sense.
He's going to take the pass away from you. That's D-Nice's game now. Like, you got to be able to run the rock against him because, like you said, he runs that dollar. And, I mean, he's always got 4 safeties on the field, four safeties, 3 corners, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, I think he does a pretty decent job of matching personnel. Like, if you come out in a heavy set first down, you think you're going to run the ball, he'll run a base set. But, if you're in 3 wide receivers or more, he'll come out in dollar. And like I said, he'll put man coverage out there or tight zone. And, he getting home with, his outside edge rushers. If you can't step up in the pocket or get some protection, get a second or third read to happen for you, it's going to be rough. It's funny. We all know what he's going to do.
Right.
But,
that's
when it comes to playing against it, it's rough. Then you got the wild card of him using. Like, you can't throw at his user. And you got 2 or 3 seconds to get the ball off. Just the way Madden is working right now. And like I said, you got good corners, and they only getting better because you can exponentially get better in your secondary before you can get any better in your receiving core.
All right.
And so what Jokey was talking about as far as DJ Moore being a good receiver, he was struggling. It's one thing they did get right in Madden is that the one-on-one matchups when it comes to corner and receiver. Like if your corner has better press coverage than your receiver has release, then he's going to struggle off the line in man coverage. So you got to have good route running, good release, good, speed, to be able to run past a guy. If you don't got all those 3 in line, he's going to lock you down. Lock you down. So, pro tip for anybody that's trying to boost your receiver core, get those things right if you want to beat man coverage.
Exactly. So I was saying, I'd honestly, after playing that, I'd probably rather see Kev or somebody else from the AFC than just from the way that his team matches up. They're all so young, they're fast, and just what he did year 1, with Jabril Peppers and all that. It's gonna be hard to beat. I'm not gonna lie. So out of the AFC, it's gonna be hard. I don't see many people coming out and beating D-Nice. I see it being Kev and D-Nice in the AFC. I mean, honestly, as far as my prediction. At least until somebody can show me otherwise, unless you two can step up, maybe.
That's fair. I mean, another thing that I pointed out last podcast is that, Marquez, I keep wanting to call him Diaz. That's your fault, man. Marquez did beat D-Nice first season in the playoff. He did beat him. So, I mean, it's possible, Yeah. So, I mean, it's just a matter of, can you get the right break at the right time? It's going to go home. So, you got to bring your A game.
Well, I feel like Marquez kind of mimicked D-Nice's defensive play style, like a lot. I think there was some collusion there, and they might have swapped cheese.
You say cheese, yo.
You dropping the joke? You dropping the
Hey, that's a conspiracy theory, man. I don't know. Just a little birdie told me that they might have been getting together, dropping some defensive cheese.
Where's Robert Mueller when you need him?
Collusion gate.
Collusion. Right. Oh man.
I don't know,
So
man.
they was labbing up together like they playing the Madden tournaments, huh?
Then all of a sudden, Marquez just kind of pops out of nowhere, going 11-2. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
It's D-Nice coaching his pupils. Is that what you're trying to say?
Maybe so. I think there might be a little something going on. A little.
Okay.
Favor, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, we'll see. They'll never admit to it even if it is the case. So,
of course,
it's just all conjecture. But but nonetheless, I mean, I guess it's getting close to playoffs. We got 3 games. Not even say 3 weeks, but 3 games to play before we get there. Hopefully by next weekend we'll be starting that. aspect of it. So, Jokey, since you're our special guest, if you had to, pick, I would say at least from the, if you want to, you can go all the way to the Super Bowl and say, matchup to matchup, who's going to play each other and who's going to win.
I mean, honestly, I guess if I had to pick from the NFC, I would take KT going all the way to the championship game, NFC championship game, and I'd probably say Packers. I would say Packers and 49ers. But honestly, I think the way KT's defense is playing, I don't really see anybody beating them, honestly, because it was really, really hard to stop. And even when I played them last year, I mean, for those who saw the game I had against them in the NFC Championship game, my defense came up big just to kind of inch me past him. But, he's good. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes on offense, and his defense, his pass rush is just insane. So
Right.
I see KT going all the way to the Super Bowl if I had to pick either him or the Packers, probably. AFC, like I said, probably – unless Marquez upsets again, I see Kevin or D Nice. And after that, I'd probably have to say, I mean, just numbers being numbers, I'd have to say D Nice and KT to the Super Bowl. And I got to stick NFC, man. I got KT winning it all. I want to see somebody in the NFC win it that's not named Proto. That's all that is.
Okay.
Oh,
Respect.
right.
But I got Proto getting knocked out first round wherever he goes.
Wow.
Dang.
That's my prediction. And that's after I injure somebody on his team in 2 weeks, whatever that is.
Okay, I got never heard of that. Okay.
We're sweeping the leg.
Oh, okay. Karate Kid.
Oh yeah.
Let's break down this
It's a moral victory.
wild card for NFC. I would think it will be the Rams versus the Bears. Because I got the Bears taking the 3 seed, Rams in the 6. So going Bears there, and you got the Cowboys and the Packers, right? That's what it would be. So yeah, then there, brotherly love game. I think I'm gonna go Dallas on that. And so from there, you would have Dallas against KT. You got the Falcons. That's the Falcons holding on to the 2 seed. So Falcons against Bears. I go Bears, KT, and Bears. Epic game. I pick KT to go to the Super Bowl every year this matter, and he hasn't gone yet. I'm gonna say third time's the charm, and I think he goes this year. Okay. AFC. I think I get the wild card. Being humble, I do think I get the wild card.
That's humble.
I humbly think that I
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I hope
better.
I get the wild card. I mean, I can't bet against myself, right?
Yeah, high hopes.
So I hope that I get
that things will go
high
right.
hopes.
I get it.
Exactly. So it would be me against, in my opinion, I think it would be and the 3 seed is going to be Marquez. I'm gonna take me in that game. The 4 and the 5, I'm gonna go you against the Steelers.
Okay.
So then that leaves me against D Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give that to D Nice just because I can't. He's the champ, and I'm not gonna disrespect that. I think I'm gonna play. I'm gonna I will play a good game, but I'm gonna give that to D Nice, and then you against Kev. That's a hard one to pick, honestly. I'm gonna go you on that one. Only if you got a healthy running back named Le'Veon. If not, I can't. I can't.
To be honest with you, that motherfucker might sit after this game. Once we got the division locked up for sure, like we get that little Y against our name, he might have to be wearing a jacket for the next 2 weeks. Just make sure he make it.
I don't blame you. I do not blame
you. Get Royce.
That's
why we got him in the first place, so he can play backup.
Word. And so from there, you got you versus D Nice. Sheesh. You beat him this Madden already, right?
No, it was a close game. I think he beat me by like 3 or something like that. I think we played twice since this Madden, and it's been close games every game. He just edged me out. Like, for some reason, I just can't get my offense out of neutral. The same thing with Kev. Like, I played Kev tough a couple weeks ago. Like, it was like he kicked him and D-Nice both kicked none but field goals. They didn't even score a touchdown. Again, I just couldn't get my offense out of neutral. So if I can do that, then I'll make it a more competitive game. That's all I'm really going to say about it.
Yeah.
If I can get my offense to go, like I said, and I have a healthy running back, then I'll be all right. But if that's not the case, or elements play a factor because going to Cleveland could be snowing. Because I got to play either Jacksonville and Cleveland if that's the case. So it just depends on what the situation is. But we gonna lay down, of course.
Right. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's hard, but I think I would have to agree with Jokey's prediction. I think across the board, I think if it's KT and D-Nice in the Super Bowl, I'm gonna get that edge to KT only because of the sophistication in play calling. I think he'll have a leg up on D-Nice in that regard. Yeah. It's just, can he stop D-Nice is going to be a question.
Right. So. It all depends on the health, wise too. Everybody is one injury away from changing your whole game plan.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends on who's healthy going down the stretch. If all things are equal and everybody has a healthy team, I think it can go anyway. Because I think you talking about battle tested players, from Jags, the Browns, the 49ers, Raiders, anybody. It just matter who's healthy and who can get it done and who can execute down the stretch. But I think that outside of talking about myself, I think that Kev and D-Nice have had some battles. They've gone back and forth. I think that D-Nice and KT have had some battles. And it's just wild that they don't play more. But because it's such a good experience from a competitive Madden standpoint. But yeah, I think that it'll be a good game. It ain't gonna be no blowout one way or the other. It's hard to say who will win it because if they both got there, if KT and D-Nice both got there, they both be undefeated. And
that'll be an epic game.
And I might be a first. I don't recall anybody it's been some 16-0 Super Bowl winners, but it's not been a 16-0 team both meeting in the Super Bowl. One team has had a loss or two. So
we'll see.
KT has Dante Fowler, man. I'm telling you, it's
the trick with Dante Fowler is that the fact that he's not only good from a pass perspective, but he's fast. So he beats his man, very quickly. Pause. But he gets past the pass blocker really fast, and he can get to you fast.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. It's not like a 70 speed D lineman. He's an 85 overall with 92 acceleration. So he gonna get there fast. It's just a matter of can you combat it.
Yeah, and if you look at the stats, that would be KT, who has the number one rush defense and number one defense in points allowed in the NFC, versus number one offense in the Browns. So that would that'd be the game to watch. Right there.
Would be. If I can help it, I don't want to see it. I'd rather it be me. But if I had to, I had to take a back seat. If I had a gun in my head, I had to take a back seat. Then that's definitely a game. Definitely must see TV. Definitely must see TV. So D-Nice not slouch on defense either. He's the first in yards overall in passing yards. He's third in rushing, and fourth in overall points. So they both getting it done from a balanced perspective.
Oh yeah.
So,
am I reading this correctly? Am I the number one offense in yards?
Are you really?
I don't know how. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing.
You putting up points, But
that's enough about me.
Yeah, so I think we capped up. As far as where we think the league is going to go, from a playoff perspective. I guess before we wrap up, let's touch on real quick. Who we think that's going to win the MVP and offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, player of the year, and stuff like that. Give your predictions on that, and then we can maybe call it in.
Dante Fowler.
Just everything.
Yeah,
Give all
just
give
Dante
all the
Fowler.
awards, give offensive awards, huh?
Just give him everything.
Man. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see. I mean, other than Darrell Cole, who's been balling, obviously.
Mm.
I mean, Dante Fowler. I got him on everything as far as Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, best D lineman in the NFC. So you can kind of just wrap all that up for him. But let's see about some other stuff. I mean, you got Todd Gurley. I mean, Vince is notorious, man. He's always gonna run the ball, really, no matter who he has, and he's gonna make them great. That's the thing about Vince. Even when he was the Browns, it doesn't really matter who he has running the ball. He's gonna give it to him 30 times, and they're gonna have success. You know. So I see. I mean, Gurley taking Offensive Player of the Year in the NFC,
Okay.
and we got KT again, the running back, leading the Rookie of the Year. That's interesting.
Well, okay.
That's interesting. And then Joe, the guy that he snaked for me, Heath Trotter. Rookie of the Year.
What position he play?
He was a linebacker, but Joe moved him to the end. He's a pass rusher.
Oh, okay.
He's a beast, man. He's a beast.
Well, you're a Russian guy. You're a Russian supporter. No Putin stuff, but you're
low Putin out here.
Yeah. What do you?
I gotta have my Nurmagomedov, man.
Yeah.
As soon as he started producing, I was like, I gotta get him another one.
I hear that.
But looks like Aaron Rodgers coming for another best quarterback, maybe, which don't surprise me. I mean,
yeah, the man he can throw the ball. That's not a question of can he? He's going to how much, not if, but how much he's going to.
Right. And as far as O-line, I don't even know how they calculate that. I mean, does it just overall or sacks allowed or what? I don't know what it is.
I think games played and sacks allowed. I think that's what it breaks down to as far as in its opposition. Like, I think overall, like for the lineman perspective, it's the amount of sacks you've given up for overall, and then how you get a Pro Bowl is whoever gave up the least amount of sacks from that position. So every left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle.
Gotcha.
How else can you count it? I mean, there's nothing else to count.
Right.
How sacks you've given up versus how many games you played.
Yeah. Looks like Joe's got that on lock because he's got all the 90-some overall.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Took a good team and made him great. That's what he does.
Yeah. And, I mean, other than that, I mean, the Bears might have the best linebacking core in the league. I mean, they got Roquan Smith. You throw in Khalil Mack.
Trevathan and Floyd. Yeah.
Leonard Floyd, yeah. That's deadly. That's deadly right there.
He took Roquan from low 80s to like a 99 in one season.
Yeah. Roquan. I looked at Roquan Smith and he's better than my cornerbacks,
That's saying something.
And 94 zone coverage or something. That's crazy.
Right. Craziness. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I'm actually curious to see what Darrell Cole's final product is going to be because clearly he's going to win probably Offensive Rookie of the Year and Best Quarterback, and he might get edged out by Fowler for the MVP. But just depending on what happens in the next 3 weeks. But I would just want to see because he's a rookie, so when you have a person that has that type of season in his rookie season, his overall could go through the roof. He's 84 right now. So
it's going to go through the roof.
So I'm looking for his throw power, his accuracy, all that to go up, and him being elite after one season. So Kevin has this bet, and he knew exactly what he was doing as far as getting him ready to be an elite quarterback for the next few seasons. So,
I'm still shaking my head that he got him.
Well, who fault that is, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Because it's wild too, because Proto not only didn't draft the quarterback, but he had any picks this year in the draft. So it's like you have to bet on Matt Ryan for the next 2 seasons before you even get a replacement. Unless he makes a trade, but I mean, he got pieces, he can make a trade. But as it stands right now, we in the draft right now, he don't have any picks. So
I mean, Darrell Cole, I mean, he might win. I mean, I don't see him passing Fowler, but if he does, that would put him to win Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year,
Mhm.
He's in second place behind best quarterback, due respect to Lamar Jackson. So I mean, I see him definitely going up a development and getting a
Well, he
ton of
might be star
XP.
already, isn't he? Is he star already? He's something. He
Yeah, I
definitely
mean,
he might be something.
yeah, Kev, you got to get
He's
up with
quick.
me, man. I need to know his scouting stuff. He drafted like 5 stars last draft. It's insane.
Oh yeah, yeah. Joe need to teach a class on trading, and Cam need to teach a class on drafting.
Facts.
So,
Yeah, that's for sure. So I mean, we're looking for those, classes. Those we can sign up.
Oh, Shane Ray though. I didn't know Shane Ray was like that.
I mean,
Shane Ray is a problem, man.
we gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that guy.
Just flying under the radar, number one linebacker.
I'm actually tripping off my rookie. Well, he's a second-year player now. I drafted him last year. That joker was hurt for 6 weeks, and he came back and he has 13 sacks already.
Clayton Martin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was crazy to me. He been they must have been double teaming Ray, and he been getting 1-on-1, and he been cleaning up.
Let's see. Oh yeah, he's up there. Laquan Middlebrooks. I mean, Jaguars. He's got 2 guys for defensive rookie of the year as well. So
talked about that guy last podcast. I said that he worries me more than Miles Jackson in regards because Miles Jackson 99, yes, but he makes plays just as much as Miles Jack does. And it's crazy to say, but he's only a rookie. He's like 21 years old. So imagine he gets a couple of awards in the Pro Bowl. Over being 21, like his overall can go through the roof.
Oh yeah, I had him on my draft board, but I mean,
he went like 1 or 2. Like he was the first or second pick or something crazy.
Rich get richer.
Yeah, like I said, he just release and reload. He just trade one, he trade Selvin, get a first round pick. Boom, I got Selvin replacement. For top 5 pick.
Crazy.
You can do that when you got a good team already.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be dangerous. Already a 92 zone coverage, only 21 years old. That's mad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Madness.
Yeah.
So there's always next year, huh, Jokey?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're gonna have some confidence. The gifts will come back. I mean, in the meantime, we're just gonna slow our roll a little bit and sit on this off-season couch and just kind of mix up our schemes, then come back strong next year. And, we're going to ball out in free agency depending on what it looks like. But, we should have a lot of money if the moves that I make, everything falls into place. So we should be good, Get back to the winning ways, hopefully.
No more Cam Newton, huh? He's done?
I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't want to let anybody know my next move. I don't want to let anybody know what I'm doing. But most likely, Cam will be gone just because I don't want to spend $27 million a year on a 31-year-old quarterback, especially that has his best throw is an 87 short. So that's not really going to get any better. So it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm going to miss the fact that he can just shrug off some sacks. And his speed, and I might have to deal with some growing pains depending on if I do draft a quarterback or if I just get one from free agency, just depending on what's going on, so he misses some throws, so I can deal without that, but it might require me to leave the old snap and sprint family.
General down
for once and for all,
So, picture Joker getting a pocket passer. Picture that.
I can't.
Picture him drafting a pocket passer.
And that's where I'm stuck, because this quarterback draft is not that strong. So, like, getting rid of Cam, it's not coming at the best time.
You might have to franchise him 1 year and wait till next year. That's some bit of advice.
That's why I'm just playing it by ear, because I don't want to lose Cam 97 throw power and then settle for somebody with a
86 throw power.
Exactly. I don't. I got to throw the ball deep. I got fast, deep threat receivers. I don't need to I don't need no little weak arm guy back there, So
Yeah.
we're just gonna play it by ear, man. We might be hurt next year. I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
The way the MNFL works, man, you never know. I mean, you could think you in down and out, and a draft day trade comes through, and boom, you're in the money.
Exactly.
So you never really know. It never till it's over is over. So
yeah.
So.
We're optimistic. We're gonna be optimistic.
Yeah, but as a whole, we need the NFC South. I mean, we've been singing y'all praise as far as being the toughest division out there. We need y'all to have a huddle, get together, and and bring it back. You're like, look, we need to get back to winning.
Yeah, I know.
Outside of Proto, everybody's had a down year.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Carter and Corey. I don't know what's up with them, but I can only kind of speak for myself. I know Corey had some quarterback issues, and other than that, he told me his team looks good on paper, but everything else was falling apart. So I don't know what's going on really there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but Corey's resilient, man. He's a New Orleans dude, man. He's resilient, so I mean, he'll figure it out. I mean, he always has. Like, he might have a bad season here or there. It always happens, either early on or middle of the year, and then he comes back strong. He figure out a scheme to run, and he's good. So I mean, it is what it is. I think he'll be all right.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, like the way it matches up, I think it's tougher. I mean, don't get me wrong, Proto's a good player, but I have tougher and closer games, in my opinion, with Carter and Corey, honestly. But I mean, don't get me wrong, Proto's been good for a long time. I played him in the Super Bowl in TLF years back. So I mean, he's always been good, but you can't sleep on anybody in that division, even if they are 3-10, 4-9, and 6-7. You just it's wishy-washy this season. I don't know what happened. Everybody fell apart, but
yeah, that's what we try to figure out.
I'm saying I don't know why you got me on here in the podcast when I'm doing so bad.
Hey man,
somehow I'm out here relevant. I don't know.
Hey man, somebody got to represent. Somebody got to represent. So but D-Bab, somebody wanted to have you on. I said, "Oh man," I said, "Is he going to agree?" He's rough out here right now.
Right.
He might want to, just sit in the lab real quick, try to figure some things out. But yeah, man, we appreciate you coming on though, man. It's been a good one, man. Appreciate you spending time with us for a minute.
Oh yeah, for sure. I appreciate y'all having me on, and hopefully, if I come on here next time, hopefully my record will be a little bit different. I can kind of have some trash talk and it actually means something, But in the meantime, we'll be back. But good luck to y'all. Hopefully, y'all can sneak out a wild card. Of course.
Absolutely. Appreciate
it, man. All right. Anything from Commissioner's Corner?
Yeah, real quick, man. I guess I want to address the how the chat has been going for the last few days. I know that Mac and Marquez and a few others had some issues, right? I don't mind rivalries. Matter of fact, I encourage rivalries. I encourage competition. I encourage banter, trash talk. But all I ask is that you keep it civil and keep it respectful. That's it. When it comes down to name calling and calling people out their name, and especially when people you don't know at all, we can't have it. And it's from a across the board standpoint. Like one guy might struggle off, one guy might take it personal. We don't need that. Just keep it above board and keep it. Keep the gloves up. No low punches. Just be let's all be mature men about how we go about our business, and that's all I ask. Just keep it classy, man. Like I always say, and rivalries make the league better. So have them, and keep them going. Keep it spicy, as Marquez would say. And
no.
I say that because you bad specifically. I said that, but not seriously. We keep it straight and respectful, man. We'll be fine. That's all I ask. And outside of that, man, we're good. And let's get to this last week of regular season and get into the playoffs, man. Let's have a good one.
All right, there you got it, man. There you got it. All right, fellas. Hey, look, man, we in the home stretch. Let's make these last games count for whoever needs it to count. You know what I mean? See y'all on the field. Till next time. All right.
Peace.
See ya.